Hello, all you wonderful people of the interwebs. I am the Zodiac Lord, and I bring you more glorious corruptions. Huzzah! I don't know how to start videos. So this week was Amethyst. I thought it was only proper to do Amethyst after Pearl and do all the crystal gems. And Garnet is actually not next week because for Garnet I want to do something different than just flat out corrupting her, but in order to do it I have to do Ruby and Sapphire first, so you can expect those two in some order unspecified before Garnet. But this one's Amethyst, yay! And I can already hear it. I can hear all the people screaming at me just like, no, she look like the already existing corrupted monsters or whatever. And we know, I think everyone knows that the two monsters that you can even see it in the speed paint, the two monsters are Jaspers. I think everyone can see that. But, and I know they're corpses, but hear me out here for a second. So I am aware that they are in fact, Jaspers, aka corpses. But in my eyes, and this is my own personal headcanon, you can agree or disagree, I will agree to disagree. In my personal headcanon, all corpses may look similar in their corrupted form, but at the same time, I also think that they have some variation in what they look like. AKA, maybe all Jaspers might look like the giant beast things that we saw, but maybe Amethysts would look different, and maybe Rose Quartzes would look different. Maybe Agates will look different. I just think it depends on the gem, and I also think that corruptions can just vary from whatever it is anyway. I like to imagine they have some kind of theme or whatever, but for Amethyst, I just imagine not only that, but even if it is a canonical thing that all Quartz's corrupted forms look the same, I also think it would be rather boring to have Amethyst look exactly the same as those Quartz monsters. So in my mind, I thought, hey, why not have it be like they share similarities and maybe some of their build and some of their anatomy and certain features like the horns and the manes that go along the back, but maybe have different basis and a different theme to them, if you know what I'm saying. I also can hear some people screaming at me, but wouldn't she be a puma because she's the purple puma? Well, that's a wrestling thing, so I don't think that has much association with it. And although I think that would be an interesting idea for her to be a puma, I wanted to think less on what would Amethyst be, but what would other amethysts also be. And I had this really weird idea because the famethyst exists, obviously. So the famethyst exists, and they seem like almost all amethysts are homies or something like that. So I thought, how cool would it be if amethysts were like pack animals? And so I thought about it, and I thought, let's see, they are pranksters. They seem, if we remember the episode, the one episode or the couple episodes that they were in, they all seem to love a good laugh. So I thought, like, what if amethysts were like themed off hyenas? And I don't know, it was just kind of an idea that I had. And I also saw somebody on my Pearl corruption thing say that they liked the idea that the crystal gems, their corrupted forms, look more Earth-like and are far more Earth animal-esque because they live on Earth and they love the Earth. And honestly, I thought about it and I actually like that idea, so maybe I'm just searching for excuses. But I know there were people who thought that Pearl looked more like a Pokemon than a corrupted form, and I can see where you're going for, but hey, these are meant to be a bit more fun. And honestly, I do like the idea of the person who brought up that they love the Earth, so they might look more earthy and Earth-like in their corrupt form. And I think Amethyst definitely would look far more like a certain animal related to Earth because she was born and raised on Earth, you know? So that might be my excuse for the crystal gems. I know as I go through these, when I do the homeworld gems, I promise you, I'm going to try my best to make them look far more corrupted. But for the crystal gems, I like theming them off an animal as well. So, you know, I mean, if you don't like that, then that's cool. That's your own opinion. But my opinion, I think I want to theme them a little bit more off animals. And I'm still going to do my best to add more non-Earth related aspects into there. But with Amethyst, I kind of wanted to because she is an Earth girl, you know. But I like the idea of them being hyenas because they all seem to love a good laugh, and they all seemed like a big pack animal kind of. I thought it might be fun if they had like pack animals, so I thought like hyena themed, you know. And for Amethyst, I incorporated her weapon in as her tail. little three-thing tail that splits off into three. And I want to say I got that from somewhere else. I can't tell you where. I think I just browsed like a long time ago. I know I was looking at corruptions or whatever because I was doing something else a long time ago, and I was looking at them, and I think I saw someone who did a similar thing with the tail, but I don't know, maybe. But I just like the idea of that anyway, of her tail being like her whip, you know. But I mean, I don't know. I just the hyena thing. I thought it was an interesting idea because they like a good laugh. I just imagine them being pack animals, and hyenas are known for kind of traveling in packs, you know. So that's the theme I sort of went with for good old little Amethyst right here. Amethyst as a corrupted gem to me would honestly probably be a little bit terrifying, because I mean, like, Amethyst in real life is flipping pretty energetic and stuff like, and she's calmed down, obviously, character development and things like that. But I imagine Amethyst as a corrupted gem would be, whew, that'd be just like death waiting to happen, I think, because she seems like a corrupted gem that would go a little bit crazy and like looking for thrills and things like that. So I think for like Pearl, and that's another thing too, a lot of people saying that Pearl looks more like a Pokemon and that they think she looks too elegant and not like scary enough. And in my own personal opinion, I think the fear factor of corrupted gems is more dependent on just the gem itself and less on that all corruptions have to look scary. That's at least what I personally think, because corruptions to me, I look at them and they seem like there's a lot of like there's not really a direct set of rules. I mean, originally I thought corruptions, all of them couldn't have eyes, because if you look at the corruptions in the show, like originally the first few we saw, none of them had eyes, and then suddenly we have a few that show up and they do have eyes, and you know, and then one of them shows up and they have like that one in the Peridot Wile E. Coyote spin-off thing with Peridot. That one had like what, like flipping 10 eyes? I don't even know. I can't even remember, but like, so I think that there's not a lot of rules when it comes to corruption, and a lot of it's just kind of up in the air about it. So to me, I think that like having an elegant looking fusion wouldn't be too far off, and that's not to say that an elegant looking corruption couldn't be dangerous either, you know. And to me, Amethyst would be I think very wild dog-esque, like, you know, like probably maybe even not aggressive, but more like in your face, like just wild, energetic kind of thing is what I imagine for a corruption. So pretty dangerous, pretty hard to handle, I think. But I also think like if she were to be a tame corruption, she'd probably be like a little puppy dog. I don't even know. But I honestly like this one. I think turned out a lot nicer than the Pearl one. The Pearl one was obviously more of an experiment and just me trying things out. That's why it was very sketchy, and this one has a more definition in the lines and things like that. So I think just in the design itself, I think it turned out a lot nicer than the Pearl one. I mean, I love the Pearl one, honestly. I do agree with people. I think it does look a lot like a Pokemon. I don't know, maybe Amethyst kind of does too, I don't know. And it's ironic too, because people saying she looks like a Pokemon, and in the past I've actually tried designing like Fakemon, whatever, you know, fan-made Pokemon, whatever, and I couldn't do it for the life of me. I just sucked at it. But hey, and so apparently I'm good at making Pokemon when I don't think about it. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of my take on it. And next week, it's either going to be Ruby or Sapphire. I'm not going to spoil the surprise on who it's going to be, but it's going to be one of those two. And so I hope you all are excited for that. I mean, you're free to suggest like what you think they might be. I've already made them, so I can't really tell you what or it will be or what it's not going to be, whatever. So that's kind of up to speculation and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's up to you, your thoughts, free to share your thoughts and opinions, and you're free to share your thoughts and opinions on what you thought of this fusion, whether you thought it was good, whether it was bad, what you personally think, whatever. I'm open to that kind of stuff, so feel free to share. Just don't be super aggressive about it. That's all I ask. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the little fan art I'm throwing in there. I love the fan art. I love how I'm getting so much. I get enough to where like every video I can put something new in there. It's wonderful. But anyway, so thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video that'll most likely come tomorrow for Fuse Day Tuesday. Zodiac out.